and he talked about it. He said, I don't want to do an exhibition against Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. He said, I'm only doing real fights. Now, of course, I can't get up high in weight, but I'll fight him in a real fight at the weight that I'm at. But
Floyd Mayweather has made a surprising statement, telling Terence Crawford to forget about his fight with Canelo Alvarez and fight him instead. But this would only be an exhibition match, and it likely wouldn't add any real value to Crawford's boxing legacy. It wouldn't help him reach the International Boxing Hall of Fame either. At best, it's just a quick way for the former undisputed welterweight champion to make some easy money.
One thing I do like about him, he's selling it. He's selling it, and he's making good money, and he's entertaining. I like it.
Is he, and Floyd?
What's up, bro? Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever, keep it real, boss. Keep it real.
I'm never that.
For some reason, the boxing legend believes he and Crawford would make more money than Crawford fighting Canelo. Floyd's main goal seems to be settling the debate over who is the better fighter between him and Terence Crawford. Since Crawford has a record closest to Mayweather's, fans have often compared the two in discussions about the greatest boxer of all time. Maybe the fight will happen one day, but it seems too soon. Crawford is still active and focused on building his legacy. Plus, he worked hard to secure the fight with Canelo, so it's unlikely he'll just walk away from it.
Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fight. Yeah. I never looked at him like...
Many boxing fans have often compared Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence Crawford. However, Crawford has never tried to take away Mayweather's well-earned respect. He admires Floyd, and when asked about their similarities, he had nothing but praise. Crawford acknowledged Mayweather's greatness and even called him the king.
Hit, not get hit, and to make the adjustments that he's made to certain fighters. You know,
the pound for pound top fighter in boxing right now is Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford, I just truly believe he doesn't have to be under my company for me to give a guy props. I'm not like that. You know, if he's ever free.
Crawford went on to say that while he and Mayweather have a lot in common, there are also some differences. He believes he took more risks earlier in his career. However, he thinks it depends on which version of Mayweather people are talking about, Money Mayweather or Pretty Boy Floyd. He explained that early in his career, Mayweather was an aggressive fighter, always looking for the knockout. But as he moved up in weight and started dealing with hand injuries, he had to change his style and could no longer rely on power the same way.
I think, you know, I take more chances, you know, right now. But earlier in his career, he was taking a lot of chances as well. Mm-hmm. So, you know.
As Crawford mentioned, he and Mayweather have a lot in common. However, boxing fans have often compared them to determine who the better fighter is. One report even suggested that Crawford would likely win in a fight between the two. Still, when it comes to pure boxing skill, few fighters have put on more masterful displays of the sweet science than Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Depends on which Floyd Mayweather you talk about. Do you talk about Money or do you talk about Pretty Boy? Because Pretty Boy was the seek and destroy.
And he want to go to any company. If he's a free agent, I would love to work with him if he's free. Because I know that what I can do to take him to that next level. Because with Jim Sam, raw talent, hell of a fighter. There's a lot of hell of a fighters out there.
Mayweather's sharp jab, precise timing, and counter-punching skills allowed him to dominate a long list of opponents throughout his career. He showcased these abilities in both phases of his career. As Crawford pointed out, Pretty Boy Floyd was the more aggressive version, constantly pressing forward and breaking down opponents. Later, Money Mayweather relied on strategy and technique to outthink and outbox his rivals. No matter which style fans prefer, both helped build the legend of Floyd Mayweather Jr. At the same time. Boxing fans are still amazed by Crawford's dominant performance against Spence in his last fight.
Larry Holmes.
Defensive work.
Pernell Whitaker.
Chin.
Crawford showed incredible boxing skill against Spence, whether it was his powerful jab breaking through Spence's guard, his precision while punching in close range, or his perfectly timed counterpunches. He had displayed these abilities before, but never against an opponent as skilled as Spence. When it comes to pure boxing ability, few can be compared to Mayweather. However, Crawford's style is different, dynamic, explosive, and just as effective. If Crawford were to fight Mayweather in his prime, how would their styles match up? Would Crawford's sharp, accurate punches be enough to challenge Mayweather's discipline, defense, and ring IQ? Who would establish the jab first? Who would be the better counterpuncher? It's a debate that keeps boxing fans talking.
David to it.
Footwork.
There are so many ways this matchup could play out that it might be fair to call it a draw. Mayweather had a way of luring opponents into the center of the ring, where he would analyze their style, adjust, and then systematically break them down. His high ring IQ and defensive mastery, built on the principle of hitting without getting hit, helped him retire as an undefeated 5-division world champion and earn a spot in the Hall of Fame. Crawford, on the other hand, has also shown exceptional ring IQ, becoming the undisputed champion at both junior welterweight and welterweight. While Mayweather was known for his hand speed, especially in counterpunching, Crawford's ability to attack from sharp angles with quick, snapping punches may give him the edge in speed.
Boxing IQ.
Floyd Mayweather.
Legacy.
It's me. It's more than one.
Out of Mayweather's 50 wins, 27 came by knockout, while Crawford has 40 wins with 31 knockouts, and he's still active. Crawford's incredible performance against Spence, where he dropped him 3 times before securing a dominant 9th-round TKO, was a display of pure skill and power. Spence, known for breaking down elite fighters like Kell Brook, Sean Porter, and Dennis Ugas on his way to becoming a unified welterweight champion, was no easy opponent. Yet, Crawford made it look effortless, with his power playing a major role. Mayweather, on the other hand, mastered defensive boxing at its finest. Using his signature Philly shell defense, he would raise his shoulder to absorb shots while simultaneously setting up counters with his free hand. His ability to turn defense into offense was one of the key factors in his undefeated career.
Look at this, it's unbelievable. You young boxing fans that are watching Floyd Mayweather, you're seeing one of the greatest defensive fighter of all time. I mean, that's how strong. You're where and then he's nowhere. You think you can. And again, it's not just hand quick.
Mayweather elevated defensive boxing to near perfection, making him one of the hardest fighters to hit cleanly. But how would a fight between a prime Mayweather and Crawford actually play out? In the opening round, both fighters would likely take a cautious approach, feeling each other out. Crawford would be the more active fighter early on, throwing and landing shots, though many would be absorbed by Mayweather's signature shoulder roll and defensive guard. As the fight progresses into the middle rounds, Mayweather's strategy would take over, using his jab effectively and slowly taking control by winning rounds with precision and defense.
The way he rolls with punches, look at the way he makes them miss. I mean, here we go. Through a series of punches and nothing really landed. Terrific fighter. Well, Mayweather. All right.
As the fight goes on, it would be a battle of adjustments, Crawford using his power, angles, and explosiveness to break through, while Mayweather relies on his defense, ring IQ, and counterpunching to stay ahead. Whether you believe Crawford's relentless offense could outwork Mayweather, or that Floyd's technical mastery would nullify Crawford's attacks, one thing is certain: it would be a dream fight for boxing fans. Who do you think would come out on top? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more boxing breakdowns and updates. Bell Boxing Glove.